everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today I'm looking at the Hot Wheels Star Wars Republic Gunship, released in 2015. This interpretation of the Republic Gunship was first seen in the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series. So this is the second re-review I'm doing for the Hot Wheels collection, and I'm very, very excited to finally have a nice look at this bad boy. Beautiful mold, great paint, and I can't wait to delve in there. But first, let's get some fun facts out of the way. First of all, this cool tiger shark paint you see before us was put on as LAAT for the elite clone group known as the Munilus 10. This group was composed of advanced recon commandos, also known as ARC troopers. And if you ever saw the animated series, they were total badasses. Weaponry, artillery, aircraft, grapple guns, anything this group needed to win was at their disposal, and they were the elites. They were awesome as hell. I really recommend the show for anybody if you never saw it. It's really sick. But anyway, back to this particular miniature. For the size, we're looking at around 2.5 inches long, which may not sound like a lot, but it does have a lot going for it, trust me. So everybody should know how my videos go by now. We're going to take a quick look at the mold, the paint, put on a stand, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Alright, let's kick this video off looking at the mold. Like in all my videos, I will go over all the major sections of the vehicle, and then we'll get a nice close-up to see all those fine details. So let's get started looking at the main points on here. There are a lot of them. First of all, right here, this is our cockpit, where the co-pilot / gunner and pilot sit. So that's very nice, very beautifully detailed, I have to say. Details on the whole thing are very nice. Moving down, we have our laser cannons, our turrets, which the ball turrets are one of my favorite parts. Very nicely done. We have our archway to get in. Very sick. We have our Republic symbol. That's the same on both sides. Archway, Republic symbol. Coming back, we have our sliding door, which is shut for the troop hold. Looking sick. That's the same for the other side. In the back, we have our tail cannon or aft cannon. We have our engine section. A little bubbly with the paint, but it is there. Looking cool. We have our 2 missile launchers. Looking dope. Right here should be where the missiles enter the missile launchers, but they have that covered up. If you remember Attack of the Clones, the missiles were going into these. I don't know, I'm not going to complain, it still looks pretty amazing. Next we have our wings, which are very nicely done, with our 2 remote turrets. Looking sick. Turning it over for the bottom. We have the other half of our remote turrets, looking good. Our air-to-air missiles, looking sick. And for the bottom of the ship, we have 1 screw, 1 rivet, 1 stand connector port, copyright crap, and some beautiful details down here. On the whole, a very nicely done vessel. So now let's get a closer look. Now for a close-up look, this is one of my first Hot Wheels ships, so the shape of it is probably not going to be the best, but the mold is intact, so let's have a gander. We have the bottom of our laser cannons looking very nice. Pretty good. I like how they're all sectioned off. Pretty sick. Coming down, we have some nice line work on the bottom. We have some paint chipping here and there. That's just because it was old and I, stored it in boxes and whatnot. We have our rivet. Beautiful line work coming down to our peg connector port right there. Fantastic. Coming to the aft section, we have this beautiful curve that goes up the bottom of the ship. We have a screw there, some copyright crap, and this nice raised line work coming around. Looking pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Coming to the aft gun, or tail gun, whichever you want to call it. Again, pretty nice. I do think the weapons on here are a little too thick, but what are you going to do? You make them too thin, they'll just snap off. But pretty cool. I like how they did add all the weapons. And you can see how there is a little lip around it. Nothing much to talk about, but there is some detail there. Next we have our engine section, which is a little rounded off because of the paint. But right there you can see it looks like a ladder. So there is mold there. It just is a little covered up, which is a shame. What are you going to do? But coming down the main body, where we're here, you can see some beautiful line work. Our troop hold right here with the door. Looking very nice. I love the line work here. The paneling is just amazing. Beautifully done. Like that quite a bit. Then we have our Republic symbol. Looking good. Our troop entryway right here. And then we have the front of the ship. Looking cool. I think that came out great. Amazing stuff. And we can see the face paint on here. Like it was printed on or something. Pretty interesting. Like up close it looks a little blurry, but you know, the more you pull back, the more it sort of focuses. So that's kind of interesting. Neat. Now we have our ball turret, which looks pretty cool. Nice details on there. Very nice. I think they did an amazing job with this. Beautiful. Even on the bottom, it's nicely sculpted, painted. Everything. Beautiful job. Fantastic. Now looking at the front, you can see the detailing coming up for the cockpit. Beautifully molded. Nice recessed windows. Amazing stuff. Coming back, you can see some beautiful detail coming up to the missile section. Fantastic stuff. Again, a little bubbly, but what are you going to do? Now coming back to the sides, you can see some beautiful line work here. Nice molding. We have our entryway again. Little raised section right here. Republic symbol looking good. More line work and paneling. Fantastic stuff. They really did do an amazing job with this, in my opinion. And I gotta love the ball turret. Each one molded perfectly. Just fantastic. Beautifully done. Excellent. And now moving on, we'll get to the underneath of the wings. And it's a little hard to get in here, so I hope the camera does it justice. We have a nice recess right here. Beautiful work in there, I have to say. I love the little lines. Excellent stuff. We have some line work coming down the sides as well. Our air-to-air missiles. And the bottom half of the remote turret. Looking good. Little paint mishap here. Guess I forgot about that in my first review. What are you going to do? But nicely done. For the other side, we have a remote turret again. You can see some beautiful details on there. Looking good. Our air-to-air missiles. Nicely sculpted. And now we're in basically the armpit of the ship. And again, you can see how it recesses in with all those beautiful lines. Great attention to detail. Now for the top of the wings. We can see some beautiful design work here. The other half of our turret looking good. You can see the nice molding on there. Beautiful paneling here. Excellent stuff. I love how it raises up here. Beautiful. And then moving on to the other side, it's the same. We have our turret. Looking good, nicely detailed, and beautiful line work going all the way up. And we have our incline again. Looking fantastic. To our missile launchers. Now these guys are detailed beautifully. Looking good. Look at all that stuff. Fantastic. Coming up. Nice modules and raised sections. And then it tapers off to where the missiles are launched out of. Excellent detail. And they are detailed on the bottom as well. Looking good on both sides. Fantastic. They just look amazing. I love these. Nicely done. Beautifully sculpted. You know, sometimes Hot Wheels makes a ship and some people, including me, will go, eh. But then you get one like this that has a lot going for it. Just beautifully done. Even on the top here, look at that. Beautifully molded. Fantastic. And that's everything I have to say for the mold. Hopefully I covered everything. I had to get the mothballs out of this bad boy and dust her off. I hope I did a decent job. You know, the dust gets everywhere. It's our cross to bear as collectors. But the thing is, this beautiful vessel was made and released in 2015, and it still stands up today with the mold. Fantastic line work, modules, everything's there that should be. And the fact that Hot Wheels gave us the turret spheres blows my mind. Even the Titanium series never did that, which is why this remains to be one of my favorite ships that Hot Wheels ever did. So having said all that, now let's take a look at the paint. And now looking at that paint on the Hot Wheels Star Wars Republic Gunship, this baby features about 8 different colors. First up, there's a nice off-white or a light gray, and that is for the main body, the turrets, the underneath, looking good, and then painted on for the turrets on the wings, the tiger stripe paint, different consoles coming down the center, as well as the windows. Now, I did want to bring up the windows real quick, because they are painted on top of blue. As you can tell, the front window right here is very bright, matching to the main body. However, these 2 windows here are a little darker in tone, and I think it's because it's painted on top of the blue, because you can see a little blue under there. It's a little hard to make out, but it is there. Regardless, some nice color choices here. Now, moving on from there, we have a dark blue, and that covers the whole center section. Looking good, especially with the tiger stripes. Fantastic. We have our missile launchers, which are molded blue. And then our wings, which are painted. Very nice color choice. I like it quite a bit. Even the underneath is painted blue. Fantastic stuff. And you can't forget our aft gun. Looking sick. Moving on from there, we do have black on our sphere turrets. And as we saw when I was zoomed into them before with the mold, they are fantastically done. No mess, no smears, anything. They look amazing, very clean. And I think they look dope. Excellent. Now, after those colors, we do have bright red for the laser cannons. Looking sick. And that does it for the main colors on the ship. Now, for the war paint, we're looking at blue, yellow, black, maroon, and also red. And all of them work together to really give us something special here with this opening mouth. That looks amazing. You can see the eyes, the teeth. Now, from a distance, it looks very clean. But as we saw when I was zoomed in before, it does get a little blurry the more you zoom in. Regardless, very cool. I think this came out great. Not really painted on the bottom, though. But what are you going to do? My opinion, it looks sick. And if anybody wanted a close-up, here we have it. Again, it looks a little blurry, but you could definitely see the blue and the black, the yellow. Everything working together to really bring this to life. Get a front view. Fantastic. And then the side. Excellent. So that does it for the mold as well as the paint. So now let's put this baby back on a stand compared to some other vessels, and then we'll conclude the video. And just like other Hot Wheels ships, it comes with a cool translucent stand. Here's one of the original ones where you can put your finger in it and drive your ships around. I was never really that much of a fan of these, but they did the job. So peg it in the port like so, hear that click, and just like that, everybody, you are good to go. And if any of you don't remember, you could just stick your finger in like so, and then drive it around if you're a little kid, you know, boo 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 boo. And now for a quick size comparison with the Republic gunship seen in the center, I have a couple other Hot Wheels vessels. First, on the right-hand side, we have the Vulture Droid, very nice. And then on the left-hand side, we have the Republic gunship with its normal paint scheme. And for an added bonus with the Republic gunship seen in the center, first on the right-hand side, we have Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter, very cool-looking ship there. And finally, on the left-hand side, we have the Republic Attack Cruiser, one of my favorite all-time ships. Very awesome stuff going on today. If you're interested in seeing any of the ships I talked about today, check the links in the description below. And that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars Republic Gunship, released in 2015. You know, in the beginning of this video, I said I can't wait to re-review this, and I stand by what I said. I'm happy I got to do it again. This is a beautiful ship with a lot to give, and it stands up to anything that Hot Wheels makes today. And this was 5 years ago, so let that sink in. For the mold, it's magnificent. Everything's there that should be, in my opinion. We have some beautiful details, the turrets, everything's there. It blows my mind. It's one of their perfect models, in my opinion. The only thing that basically draws it back is the thick laser cannons in the forward and aft sections. But what are you gonna do? Like I mentioned in the review, if they made them too accurate, too thin, they would just snap off. So I'm happy with this piece we have here. For the paint, I think it is an excellent job. I can't stress this enough. I love the off-white and the blue and the face paint in the front with all those beautiful colors working together. It really is a work of art. Now, mine does have a lot of paint chips, but don't knock Hot Wheels for that. That's on me for not properly taking care of it over the past 5 years. Regardless, though, it is a very nice looking ship. But I will say this, if it did have a light black wash, it would look 100 times better because every nook and cranny would just pop with that black wash and really bring this model to life. It really would. So that's everything I have to say about this awesome ship today. I hope you enjoyed my re-review. If you did, hit that like button. And if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.